Previously on the NFC Saga. Eventually, the clones started taking over human life, being able to function identically to their human counterparts, but with one weakness. I just don't know what it is.
It's no use. There's too many of them.
There's one way. When I get on the portal power, I can somehow travel both the Spyro's Adventure, but also Trap Team and even gosh dang Imaginators. That means the portal can also travel through time. We might be able to send you back before the first Toy to Life game and stop it at the source.
Well, nah, the science guy. This episode is brought to you by Time. Whether you need to season a meal or a change of seasons, it's there for you. It's 1987, at least for me. For you, it could be years in the future, but I'm in the present. It's a gift. Time moves at 1 second per second, which seems obvious, but time on the International Space Station moves differently than Earth time by 0.07 seconds. So if time can move faster and slower, can time be reversed? Yeah. Quick, what year is it? 1987. What channel is Captain Power on? More like Will Nye the Useless. Okay, where am I? Oh no, it's a sitcom. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. That's gonna get annoying real quick. What was even the joke there? Okay, where are you? Oh, so now you won't laugh now that your life is on the line? Hey, so I've been on estrogen for about 3 years now, and damn, I feel like a woman. I've crashed 2 vehicles. Laughed a little too hard at that one, buddy. But I found it.
It's funny, cause women can't drive.
Okay, so don't feel bad for what I'm about to do.
Ah! Oh god! Stop! I have a wife and kids! Oh god!
Alright, I just need to find Captain Power. There it is! Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future was released September 1st, 1987, following Captain Jonathan Power and his band of freedom fighters as they tried to stop the evil Lord Dredd from creating a robotic super race and ending all life on Earth. This show was a bizarre amalgamation of every single sci-fi trope, moving at a breakneck pace to shuffle you from action scene to action scene. It starts out in the year 2132. Dr. Taggart and Dr. Power, Captain Power's father, invented the Overmind, an AI which can control an army of robotic super soldiers called biomechs. This was designed to end all wars by being able to win every battle. But oh no, this didn't go as planned because the Overmind AI determined that the best way to win all wars was by being the only one left alive. Who could have predicted that? The Overmind and Dr. Taggart then fused their consciousness to create a new self-healing robot, the Bio-Dread Sauron, and the machine holocaust began with the death of Dr. Powers. However, before he died, Dr. Powers built a new AI called Mentor, and the Power Suits, which allowed the wearer to be immune to the Digitizers, a machine that would insert people's consciousness into the Overmind, where they would be tortured forever. This show is incredibly dark, being an allegory for World War II, but it's also a kids show, so it had to have goofy fight scenes and wacky characters like Scout. A member of Captain Power's team, his power suit allows him to look like other people and biomechs, which he uses to get into buildings and attack from the inside. There's also Hawk, Dr. Power's friend and father figure to Captain Power. He has a flying suit. Tank, who's just doing his best Arnold Schwarzenegger impression.
Do me a favor, man. Shut up.
And Pilot, former Dread youth and love interest to Captain Power in just the creepiest way possible. Seriously, what is this facial expression supposed to communicate? Your skin looks like a yummy snack. Captain Power and his team managed to get a memory bank out of a biomech and learn about Lord Dredd's plans to take over the world, called Project New Order. Which, as a side note, it's weird that this show was anti-Nazi while still falling on anti-Semitic tropes of the New World Order conspiracy, including a space laser. I don't think it was intentional, but if there's any aspiring writers out there, it's an important thing to make note of. Project New Order contained 4 phases. Styx, a pandemic, Charon, the creation of the Bio-Dreads, Icarus, a giant digitizing ray, and Prometheus, a giant ray that would turn the atmosphere to plasma. A lot of rays here. Captain Power and his team set out to stop Project Charon and the Biodread invasion by redirecting the power away from the factory. But Lord Dread still manages to make Blastar. He's even more powerful than Saron. This could be bad, but Captain Power has a new plan. He comes up with the game plan of planting a bomb inside the vents of the space laser. They then crash the space laser into Vulcania, the throne of Lord Dread's power, and the location of the Prometheus beam, stopping Project New Order once and for all. They did a low-budget Star Wars with extra steps. Almost shot for shot. Unfortunately, it didn't destroy the Prometheus beam, so Captain Power and his team infiltrate Vulcania to blow it up from the inside. But Blastar is there to stop them.
Assault packs.
See, this is why you should always bring your seasoning with you. Assault pack. I will defend this joke till the end of time. Captain Power then takes on Lord Dread in a fight to the death in a wormhole. Was this special effect needed? Why didn't they just fight in the room they were in? Meanwhile, his team starts the self-destruct sequence for the Prometheus beam and everyone escapes. Finally, they defeated Project New Order and celebrate a small victory, but Lord Dread also survives the explosion and starts a take-no-prisoners rampage across the world, and discovers Captain Power was using teleportation technology to travel around. So while Captain Power was out on a mission, Sauron and Blastar break into the base and attempt to take it over, but Pilot sacrifices herself and destroys the base so Lord Dread doesn't unlock the secrets of the power suits.
Go to hell.
And that's where the TV series ended. There was going to be a season 2, but it got cancelled due to lack of popularity and being expensive to produce. This show lives in this weird space of being super high budget, but also really low budget because the CGI was so expensive to produce that they had to rush the acting and the scripting. It's not a fun watch, but it is a unique show. If you really want to watch it all, you can watch every single episode on YouTube, all 22 of them. However, what makes people think that this show was ahead of its time was the toy line released alongside it. And thankfully it's in my hand. I love product placement. The Captain Power XT7 Jet. The Captain Power XT7 Jet was a laser light gun that allowed you to shoot the bad guys in the show in order to rack up points. However, if you lost too many points by getting hit, your ship would explode. This is a really cool toy. Alongside the jet, they released 3 VHS on-the-rail shooters that took place in the Captain Power universe. They all started out with a live-action introduction of the mission with the main characters from the show, and then moved to an animated format to make gameplay production easier. This is quite possibly the first toy-to-life game, and let's pop it in and see how it plays.
Welcome to the power base, fellow human. We need your help. Lord Dread and his evil Biodread forces continue to rule the Earth, and we're the only ones who can stop it. You've been chosen to become a member of the Soldiers of the Future, the resistance movement that will one day bring Lord Dread down. You will be serving as one of our elite battle pilots, but before you begin an actual combat mission, you'll be training for battle. On this monitor, we're running combat training tapes that we use here at the power base to sharpen our battle skills. I'll be coaching you from my XT7. Now let's get you to your power jet.
The art style for this animation is amazing. I am absolutely in love with this, and I almost wish that they just made an animated TV show. I think it would have done a lot better because then it would have been directly for kids, but we're off. Like, it's really good animation. They should have just stuck with this for the entire show.
Clearing Rocky Rim and approaching Mach Point 6. Smooth sailing. Prepare for your first mission. The sky mines are really floating gun emplacements. Dread programs them through the interlock. They're laser powered and they're unpredictable.
Alright. Oh wow, this is hard to aim. Am I just too far away?
Fully operational. Running steady.
hitting nothing.
moving on from
Do I have to like angle my ship down? Because you're not shooting through here, you're shooting through here. That makes it just that much more difficult. Oh,
good work. You finished.
I got hit.
Check your
Check my
points.
power
Be ready for the next
levels.
mission.
Oh boy.
Bank left.
I got 4
Check your
lives.
mastery.
Maybe I'm just too far away. Oh, there we go.
Its wing design allows for high speed maneuvers. You can reach speed.
You have to get uncomfortably close to the TV to actually play this.
Watch for flak.
Like, I am only about half a meter away from the TV.
Something's not right. Can't be. I'm picking up readings.
The animation in this is incredible, though. I love it.
I'm online.
Oh, check my power levels.
They're about 100 kilometers out and moving at Mach 0.9. Got it on the radar. They're
12?
too close. Cut to emergency link-ups, bypass standard systems. Shields up full. They're at 65 kilometers. There they are. Check your power points. This is it, the real thing. Your training is over. A whole squadron of Phantom Strikers in Sector 12, and they're heading your way. XT-7, accelerate to Mach 3. The Strikers are outside the envelope. Phantom Striker's stealth capability has allowed them
I'm
to get in
getting
under
there.
our radar.
Spoke too soon.
Watch out, there's one in your slipstream.
I guess I could just go like that to prevent the light from hitting it, but that feels unfair. We survived!
Congratulations. You're now a full-fledged member of the Soldiers of the Future. But your training will continue. There will be more missions, and unfortunately more battles against Lord Dredd and his evil Bio-Dread armies.
Impressive, Captain. Your little cadet there is quite the flyer. I've had my fun today, but next time I won't be so forgiving.
After getting a hold of the ship, I can understand why this show was discontinued. It was just trying to do too many things at once. The producers wanted to market it to both kids and adults, with the adults watching it for the dark post-apocalyptic storyline, and the kids playing alongside them. However, this thing is incredibly noisy and without a volume button. No parent would want to be in the room while this was going off. And you also have to be incredibly close to the TV in order to actually use it. Are you having fun? Can you see the show? It is inventive, and the idea of using VHSs to make high quality on-the-rail shooters is a really cool idea. In another universe, I could see movie rental places having entire sections dedicated to these games. However, the show just falls flat. I'm not saying it's bad. There is a rabid fan base that I don't want to upset. It's not bad. It just doesn't come together well. However, there is one really cool feature about the toys that I want to show. If you turn it to room and you get yourself another Captain Power jet, you can play laser tag with them. And that ends the story of Captain Power. There was a reboot announced in 2012 under the name Phoenix Rising. However, that's been stuck in development hell for years. And it's sad that this show will never be created because I have to erase this prototype from the timeline. Oh well. Alright, well that might have been the first toy-to-life game. It didn't include an NFC chip, which is what made the Skylanders fad so popular. For that, we have to travel to 1997.
Well, nah, the science guy.
Clones! In 1996, Dolly the sheep became the first mammal to successfully be cloned. So, how do you create one? Stop! Ah! Don't you ever create clones! Alright, where's the next channel? Wow. I forgot how much of a thing set reuse was for sitcoms. Oh, come on, that's just me. Father? Shh. Okay, now to find Comtech, where's the product placement?
Listen, the explosive words and sounds
Oh,
of
look
the
at
Star
that.
Wars
That's
Comtech
convenient.
system. Imagine yourself in the movie.
I sense a disturbance in the Force. May the Force be with you. Use your instincts. You will be a Jedi, I promise. You have been well trained.
You haven't experienced Star Wars until you've experienced Comtech. Figures come with chips, readers sold separately, batteries not included. It's your universe.
Comtech was a series of action figures released in 1997 by Hasbro. The Comtech reader itself was sold separately from the characters, but when you put the character next to the Comtech reader, they'd say a voice line from the movie.
Dungeons no lighting outsiders.
I said nothing about the quality of the audio. It's not a high quality toy. I don't think it's ever going to be popular, no matter what collectors say. You can't just slap Star Wars to literal kitty litter and expect it to be worth millions. Yeah, you can, because it's the shit. For some reason, I was expecting the action figure to be higher quality. Like, the audio portion of it is just a weird gimmick that it has, but you'd think they could get an action figure right, but the plastic makes my hands weirdly sticky. It doesn't have the most amazing articulation in the world. It's beautifully painted. You can see the stitching on his pants, and it's a really unique piece of history, because I think this is the first time we've ever used NFCs in toys, even if it's just for an audio clip.
What? You think I found that?
It still has some magic that Skylanders has. Oh. If you haven't noticed, the chips are also little dog tags. So on the back of them, it has their name, Jar Jar Binks, status, Gungan banished from Oda. I don't know Star Wars. But with the Comtech, you also got like a little chain so you can wear the chips itself. So now I got some dog tags. This dog tag specifically came with the Comtech reader. It just contains random audio clips.
May the Force be with you.
What is interesting is the Comtech reader was designed to look like the midichlorian counter in the show. It's a fun little piece of trivia. One last thing I want to mention is that if you have certain characters, they interact with each other. So this one interacts specifically with Jedi Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't have either of those characters. I just have the battle droid because I thought it looked cool. Let's open it up. Ruining the resale value. Doo-da, doo-da. On the chip itself, you have a pin so you can stand the action figure on it, but you can't do that for the droid. The hole isn't the right size. However, I do still like it more. I like how the articulation is more robotic, so it's more accurate to the show. That's really fun. It still has that weird stickiness to the plastic, though, that I don't understand. These toys are still really cute, even with the bad audio quality. I would have loved chewing on these as a kid in between my times of eating crayons and licking glue sticks. They even remade this in 2017 under the name Star Wars Force Link. It had higher quality audio and you could attach it to the arm so you could play with the toys as the audio clips were going. This is Comtech. Get a good one last look at them because now I have to destroy it in order to save the timeline. Oh well. It's over. I've done it! I've saved the world! Gilgrunt! I did it! Gilgrunt? If you're reading this, it means you've succeeded. Good job, kiddo. But that also means I never existed. Be strong knowing you saved the world, but never talk about toys to life again. Not because it might bring clones back, but because I'm sick of you making that every goddamn video. As the timeline merges, this letter and the portal of power will slowly fade from existence. Oh god, I know what to do. Ah, Jesus. I'm you from the future. I leave this not as a warning of what is to come, but rather a reminder to play with your toys. They're fun. That's what it's made for. And as the timelines start to merge, the NFC chips are going to start dying on them. So collect your favorite characters and recapture that magic of the first time your toys came to life. Because nostalgia can unlock memories of ages previously forgotten. Congratulations for making it to the end of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'm sorry this one took a while. They all take a while. I was busy doing interviews. But hey, I got the job. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it yet, but if I can, I'll let you know. Anyway, really cool thing. I do actually truly mean play with your toys, because once I reach 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, I want to give away the Contact toys to one of the first 1,000 subscribers. It is a legitimately cool toy. I know I kind of nagged on it a little bit, but they're fun to try out. It is legitimately a toy-to-life toy from 1997. It is cool. But it also is kind of a little bit which honestly makes it more fun to play with because it's not very good, but it's also cool. Anyway, one last thing. Thank you to the coworker at Themediajack. I keep forgetting to mention this, but he was the one who gave me the second ship for the Captain Power stuff. Apparently he was a huge fan of it as a kid. I was just like, hey, I'm making this video. And I was like, oh, I love that stuff. Here's my old collection. And I was like, oh, cool, can I borrow it? And he was like, yeah, totally. So that's how I got some of the pieces for this video. Also, thank you, Eden Kaminsky. She helped out last video. I'm gonna be making a big supercut, so that's probably gonna end up here too. So now, bye.